From the studios of the Department of Communication in Phillipsburg, welcome to Prime Minister Talks with Honorable Prime Minister Sylvaria Jacobs.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to episode 11 of Prime Minister Talks. As you may have noticed since last week, we have been highlighting the COVID-19 ESF coordinators. Last week we had CPS, we had several great discussions. We actually ran out of time, and CPS was able to launch their program the day after, bringing forth much needed information to the general public. Today, I am highlighting ESF 7. ESF 7 is headed by Coordinator Joy Arnell, who is also the SG of VSA. So I take this opportunity now to welcome Joy, as we will have a discussion in a couple of segments related to distribution of food, how the community councils are working out, as well as corporate social responsibility. Joy, welcome to PM Talks.
Thank you, Prime Minister. Thank you very much for this opportunity. I think it's a good idea to alert the general public on some of the tasks that we have at hand.
So firstly, Joy, let me ask you to introduce yourself, explain who is ESF 7, because you are the face of ESF 7, but give the general public a good idea of what or who the entities are that comprise ESF 7 and what it is you are doing in this new COVID-19 disaster.
ESF 7 is really responsible for population care. We take care of the sheltering aspects in terms of the hurricanes, for instance. We take care of distribution of goods. We take care of evacuation if there's a need to evacuate from certain areas. And we also would need to deal with mass burials, something that we haven't done before and hopefully never have to. But the team of persons consists of quite a number of civil servants along with NGOs. ESF 7 could not exist and carry out what they do without all these people involved. So we have a back office team that is headed by one of our key persons within the ministry, the controller, Roxanne Howell. We have the vice, so to speak, of the ESF coordinator is Mark Slush. And then we have Bernadette Barry, who takes care of the aspects pertaining to evacuation and wrote the plan that pertains to that. And Jason Peterson, who does distribution. So we have quite a number of people. And then the organizations, which are the persons who do a lot of the hard work out in the field. We have K1 Britannia, we have the Red Cross, we have, in this case today, with the COVID, we also working with White and Yellow Cross, we're working with the some other businesses, such as, for instance, the Domino's Pizza. These Freegan Foods, these are all people who, with their volunteerism and participation, we are able to carry out the tasks that we have at hand.
Cool. All right, great. Thank you for that introduction. I think it's always great for the general public to know who are involved behind the scenes. And I'm very happy that ESF 7 has been able to get so many community volunteers to assist in getting government's response to reach to the highest possible level. I would also like to let the public know that Chantal Groeneveld, who is part of community development, is scheduled to join us, but due to technical difficulty, we waited as long as we could to get her onto the program. But as soon as we're able to regulate the technical difficulties that kept her out of the program, she will also be joining us, hopefully. So, Joy, please tell the general public all about government's food distribution and the developments related to that.
Okay, I want to give a bit of an idea in terms of how distribution actually goes, because I remember we started with this mass distribution of goods following Hurricane Irma. And at that time, one of the things that we definitely realized is from a logistical perspective, it's not our forte. And within the ministry, we don't have logistics specialists. So it is something that when we planned for anything further, we really looked at who are the strengths in that area, and we looked at the cooperation that we would have. We would be able to work with the Marines, for instance, who have all those different aspects and would be able to help us. So if a hurricane was to hit, we know for a fact that once the entire island is shut down and we have to go out and do mass distribution, the Marines, they generally come in to assist, and they would be part of our team. Now with COVID, so we are ready for that, and we have a plan, and everything is there to be executed. We have the contacts, etc. And then COVID hits, and then you realize that things that you would have put in place following a hurricane cannot work in the same situation. It just is not the same. At this time, we have for instance, the Marines again would not be able to help us and assist us. And I want to say, because I missed them just now, community development with Chantal and the police CPOs with Felix Richards. These are persons who would help us develop a plan moving forward. And the plan that was developed for dealing with distribution as it pertains to the COVID situation was in the first instance to ensure that we were able to take care of what we termed the more vulnerable in the community immediately. So we focused a lot on the elderly population, some of the disabled population, and persons who within the ministry would be recognized and listed as vulnerable. All of these different persons were able to get the first set of care packages that we distributed. We also distributed to the Court of Guardianship for the children that were in their care, as well as to CPS for some of the persons that they were taking care of and they had to deal with. And to SMMC, we gave a couple of care packages so that they could give to their clients. And this made up the first 1,500 packages that we were able to look at to prepare at that time. Then following that, we changed our strategy, because now we've reached out to the persons that we were aware of, but we also know that there were a number of persons within the community that also need assistance. And we used then what was the social assessment listing. So if you actually were able to get online and register yourself, or we implemented the 711, which then you could also register, but somebody would help you register. And with the assistance of the community councils, and I'm so sorry that Chantal isn't able to join us today, and she's very disappointed, because Chantal is our key person in the community and dealing with the community councils, along with her team of community leaders, community workers. She's the one who reaches out to the community leaders. So we have approximately 17 community councils and or representatives that Chantal has been in contact with, along with her team of civil servants from community development, family, and humanitarian affairs that have reached out and started in their communities identifying persons who would be in need, so that we can try as our best, do our very best to provide the care boxes to them. In addition, I also want to note that again, the number of boxes we were able to obtain right after the first set of lockdowns, and then again afterwards to about 3,000 boxes, could not have sufficed for all the persons who we recognize that are in need. And it is because of the organizations that I've mentioned before, the many persons who were able to come on board. And again, K1 Britannia, Red Cross, the K1 Direct, the White and Yellow Cross, the Freegan Food, the Domino's Pizza, and I mentioned them even though they are a business, but as an organization, as a group of volunteers, they were able to get donations. And all of these organizations actually went out, sought donations, sought additional packages, and were able to bring additional packages to the homes of individuals. So we were able to give more than what in the initial phase government would have been able to give with the first 1,500 and then with an additional 1,500. So we've been able to reach more persons, and though I don't have the exact numbers, I'm pretty proud to say that we really did our best to reach as many people as possible. And still I know, and there are a whole lot of people that still were not reached. They were not reached, and we are very much aware of that. We're still busy with some of the distribution, and we hope that by the ending of this week, we would have gotten the majority of people. And then it would have been a month gone, so I know that there are going to be people who are saying, yes, but now I'm finished with my box, or I've been able to share it with persons, hopefully, and they would now look forward to receiving something else. And that's where new strategies have to come into play for us to decide what we're going to do moving forward.
Thank you so much, Joy. I must say that was a very clear explanation, and we're actually due up for a break right now, so we'll be right back after this short break, and we've gotten the good news that Chantal will be joining us. So until we return, this is Prime Minister Talks with Silveria Jacobs and ESF7.
Prime Minister Talks with Honorable Prime Minister Silveria Jacobs.
Coronavirus is most likely to spread from person to person when we come into close contact with one another. We can all help stop the spread by keeping our distance. This means do not shake hands or exchange physical greetings, and wherever possible, stay at least 1.5 to 2 meters away from others. It's also really important to practice good hygiene, especially after being in public places. Together we can help stop the spread and stay healthy. Visit stmartingov.org/coronavirus or call 914 to learn more. This public service announcement is brought to you by the Government of St. Martin. The following public service announcement brings to you a few of the many unsung heroes in the medical profession who are working tirelessly to put our needs ahead of theirs and in the midst of this battle to prevent the spread of COVID-19. Listen closely to their message so that we all can remain safe.
Good day, General Public of St. Martin. I'm Dr. Felix Holliday, General Surgeon and Medical Director of the St. Martin Medical Center. I'm staying at work for you, so please stay home for me. Stay safe.
My name is Christina Jacobs-Burkle. I'm the Junior Patient Care Manager. COVID-19 affects everyone, so please, everyone, let's protect everyone and stay home.
Hi, I'm Meandra Hazel, ICU nurse. I'm a frontline nurse and I'm asking you to be a frontline citizen. Please stay home, save a life. Help me to help you.
This public service announcement is brought to you by the St. Martin Medical Center and the Government of St. Martin.
Gen yon maladi nan le monde entier ki rele coronavirus ou bien COVID-19. Li bay problem respiratoire. Sa pou n'kembe nan tèt nou se ki jan pou n'proteje tèt ou ak fami ou. Kontrole santé ou pendant 14 jours si nou te voyaje kite peyi ya. Sou vin développer la fièvre, wap tousse ou bien gen difficulté respirer, rete la kayou pas sorti. Rele docteur sou gen numéro téléphone docteur. Pratike façon hygiénique pour tousse ak pou lave men. Évite entrer en contact avec moun kap tousse ou bien kap estene. Sou gen nécessité assistance médicale, rele avant. Explique docteur ou bien département urgence lan ki jan ou senti ou. Explique yo si ou te voyager. Explique yo si ou pense ou te entrer en contact ak yon moun ki peut-être te exposé à virus la. Pour plus information, rele 914. Annonce publique sa soti nan santé, contrôle ak prévention maladie et gouvernement Saint-Martin.
Prime Minister Talks with Honorable Prime Minister Silveria Jacobs.
Welcome back to Prime Minister Talks. We are in our second segment for today, April 30th, and we are joined by ESF7, Miss Joy Arnell as the SG and coordinator of ESF7, as well as Chantal Groeneveld, Head of Community Development, who has joined us. Welcome, Chantal. Just now, Joy and I were talking about ESF7's responsibility, as well as all those who have worked together with you. Introduce yourself to our listening and viewing public, and then you can go right into talking a bit about which communities you have been to and how the distribution has gone thus far.
Okay, my name is Chantal George Groeneveld. I'm the Department Head of Community Development, Family and Humanitarian Affairs. However, right now I am part of the ESF7 team that is busy with the distribution of food packages to our community. Thus far, we have distributed to District K-Bay and Simpson Bay, K-Bay, Simpson Bay, and Lowlands, and also in the Cul-de-sac area. I must say that the first distribution that took place in the District K-Bay, Simpson Bay, Lowland area, it went rather well. We didn't have any kind of aggressions. We didn't have persons coming up to us and saying that they did not get anything or that they needed. So I must say the team and our team, we have worked very hard. I must thank them, take this opportunity out to thank them, because collectively we have done great things. On Sunday last, we distributed in the Cul-de-sac area. There, the distribution also went very well. We had K1 Britannia that assisted with the distribution in St. Peter's, in the St. Peter's area, recognizing that there were not sufficient volunteers to assist the community council. All in all, the distribution is going rather well. It's going rather well, and I must commend each and every community council and our community-minded persons, because this is giving them it's giving them that boost that they need to prove to their community that they are the council, they are there to assist in the best way possible, to work together collectively. And I must say that it's going well. It's going well. I'm looking forward to continuously working together with the community councils, as that is one of my main priorities as the department head of community development, family and humanitarian affairs, to strengthen and build a relationship with the community councils, with the community officers, and also with the community police officers. So all in all, we are working collectively, and we are being a blessing. We are being a miracle. We're giving miracles to persons that are mostly in need of these food packages. And I encourage anyone that has food in their kitchen, that their refrigerator is filled with food, and even though they registered during the time of lockdown and because of uncertainty indicated that they need food, should a volunteer knock on your door or approach you with a food package, please be honest enough to say that you have food, so to give it to your neighbor perhaps that is in need of food. It takes everyone, it takes the whole population during this time of emergency to work together and see how it will be best to assist each other, assist the neighbors.
Thank you so much, Chantal. This is something that I've been coming back to in all of my addresses. It really takes the community, and I'm very proud of the way some of the community councils have stepped up, and you've already alluded to that. So can you go into, based on the districts you've been in, how many are there community councils in every district, and where do you see that an area that can be improved? And maybe mention some of the community leaders' names so that those persons within the district can know who they need to contact in case they do have a need.
Okay, like I made mention earlier, we distributed in the district of Colby, Simpson Bay, and Lowlands area. There, in Cape Bay area, neighborhood Cape Bay, we have Ms. Sharon Canvita. She's the president of the Colby and Cape Bay Community Council. Then in the area, neighborhood of Simpson Bay, we have Ms. Yvette Hawley, who is the president of the community council. Unfortunately, we do not have a council for Billy Foley, the Billy Foley area, nor the Lowlands or Maho area. This is something that we can look into to get it established. As for the Cul-de-sac district, we have the Ebenezer Community Council. The president is Ms. Carmen Lake. For South Reward, we have Ms. Irma Gums. For St. Peter's, we have Mr. Clifton Wilson. And for Sakers Gut, we don't have a community council. However, we have a community-minded person, Mr. Leroy Ellis. And I must say that he stepped up. He came to every meeting that we had, and he and his team worked very, very hard. So I would want to try and convince him as much as possible to step to the plate, to form a community council for the Sakers Gut area.
So much, Chantal. This is great news, and I can remember after hurricane that the same gentleman in the Sakers Gut area organized their cleanup back in 2017. So he definitely has a leadership role to play, and I hope he takes it seriously and gets his community behind him to get that established. Okay, now we would like to roll over to corporate social responsibility. Several businesses have played a key role during this time by practicing corporate social responsibilities. Is there room? Would you like to highlight any of the businesses, or would you like to make a plea for more businesses to join and how they can do that in terms of donating to the cause?
Today I must say I'm very proud. I'm very proud to inform the populace that the community, the Chinese community, donated food items to government to assist us to provide food packages for the most vulnerable in our communities, and I commend them tremendously. I encourage all businesses on St. Martin to also reach out to us and provide whatever donations that they can. Every little will help. Together we have to make this change. Together we have to ensure that our most vulnerable in our communities are being fed. So it takes the entire island to work together to provide for those that are most vulnerable. So once again, I encourage each and every company on St. Martin to reach out to us, because the demand for food packages is larger than the food boxes, the food packages that we have. So every bit will help us to provide food for those that are most in need of it.
Thank you so much, Chantal. That was really good information for the general public. We'd like to take another break at this time to allow some of our COVID-19 ads to be reflected and that people can pay attention, even though they may have heard it before, how important it is to adhere to these measures. We will be coming back in a few minutes, and we'll be giving both you and Joy an opportunity to give your final words, as well as myself. We'll be right back. This is Prime Minister Talks.
Prime Minister Talks with Honorable Prime Minister Sylvaria Jacobs.
The following public service announcement brings to you a few of the many unsung heroes in the medical profession who are working tirelessly to put our needs ahead of theirs and in the midst of this battle to prevent the spread of COVID-19. Listen closely to their message so that we all can remain safe.
Hello, my fellow St. Martiners. I am Nurse Carty from the Ambulance Department. We are now facing a very crucial time. Please adhere to the instructions given. Follow good hand hygiene, social distancing, and please stay at home.
My name is Angelo Martina. I'm one of the supervisors of the emergency room. Let's fight this. Stay home.
I am Dr. Sameh Nadari. I am internist at St. Martin Medical Center. I am here for you. I am at work for you. So please stay at home for us.
My name is Andrele Ellis, pharmacist of Kale Pharmacy in the St. Martin Medical Center. Please stay home.
This public service announcement is brought to you by the St. Martin Medical Center and the government of St. Martin.
Hay un brote de enfermedad respiratoria en todo el mundo causada por el coronavirus COVID-19. Tenemos algunos consejos de salud que debe tener en cuenta para protegerse y proteger a su familia. Controle su salud durante 14 días después de viajar. Si desarrolla fiebre, tos o tiene dificultad para respirar, quédese en casa y notifique a su médico. Después de toser, proceda a la higiene de las manos y evite el contacto cercano con personas que tosan o estornuden. Si necesita atención médica urgente, asegúrese de llamar con anticipación para informar su estado de salud antes de visitar a su médico o a la sala de emergencias. Notifique de sus síntomas, historial de viaje o si cree que estuvo expuesto a una persona con COVID-19. Para información adicional, llame al 914. Este anuncio es dirigido a usted a través del Centro de Servicios Públicos por el Control y Prevención de Enfermedades y el Gobierno de San Martín.
Prime Minister Talks with Honorable Prime Minister Sylvaria Jacobs.
This is Prime Minister Talks, and you are watching episode 11 with ESF7, Joy Arnell, and Chantal George Groeneveld, who has come in to talk about what they're doing in this COVID-19 reality with distribution of food boxes, etc. We didn't get a chance to talk about the list of basic shopping needs or what could be in a basic food box. But at this time, as we come down to the last few minutes, I would like to give each of the ladies who have joined me today, Ms. Joy Arnell as SG and ESF 7 coordinator, the last, final words and advice for the St. Martin community. Joy?
Prime Minister, I want to take the opportunity to just thank everybody who has contributed thus far. We have, Chantal mentioned just now the amount of goods that we got from the Chinese. We also got some cookies and goods from Wholesome Distributors, and that is Andre Dykhoff and his team who brought in some stuff for the children just last week. And we are very, very happy with these donations, because at the end of the day, when the community is actually affected, if the business communities who can reach out and take care of the community, these are the people who really come to their stores, they come to their doors for any kind of shopping. If they reach out to them, we can take care of the community and we can ensure that the community is fed properly, and then they again can go out and shop at the different stores at a later date. The Domino's Pizza, who came out immediately following the lockdown and has been on the ground with all the volunteers going out and either helping to raise funds to get more boxes or to deliver boxes. We know that there are a number of other organizations, smaller organizations that don't come forward like that, but are out there who are giving. We know, for instance, that Meals on Wheels has been feeding persons, that the elderly organizations have been helping and reaching out to the elderly population and looking to see what kind of assistance they can provide. They have been championing their cause. We know of some volunteers who came together to do the transportation. So there are a number of initiatives that are ongoing that we applaud. We continue to applaud them, because ultimately we by ourselves, so to speak, would not be able to carry out this task. And we really want to thank, I don't think we could big them up enough. I don't think we could thank them enough. The neighbor who helped the neighbor, the family member who helped the family, the person who donated, 10 guilders to an organization to assist. If it wasn't for you, we would not be able to achieve what we have done. And I know there are many, many persons who have not yet received, who still are in need. And we really, really hope we are working very hard to reach every single person. We can't always do that, but then there are other plans in play that we could come out on. I hope, Prime Minister, that you'll be able to talk about that in the future, other ways that we could assist and make sure that our community is taken care of. Our primary goal at all times is to ensure that our community is taken care of, that they are fed, that they're not going hungry, that they feel safe. That is what we really want to achieve.
Thank you so much, Joy, for those final words. I think the community would be very happy to see that every little bit counts, and they have been stepping up. Chantal, I would like you now to give your final words.
Well, Joy actually said a mouthful. She hit the nail on the head. What I can add is Chatel Hamdam. That was a gentleman that reached out that also want to assist with distributing food packages in the community. And the Chutsi Foundation with Sandra, she also reached out. So as you can see, slowly but surely, the various companies are reaching out, the various foundations are reaching out. And I would say I will continue encouraging all those that can to indeed reach out to us, because every bit helps. It takes us as a community to assist those, especially in these dire times, these challenging times, as we are battling against this invisible enemy, to come together, to stand strong and to assist as much as we can.
Thank you, Chantal. It's always a pleasure for me to have a discussion with strong women like yourselves, you and Joy, and all of the volunteers and government workers who are coordinating and cooperating to assist in the community. I must say I have received many, many calls, even from members of parliament who know of persons, and I pass that on to you, and you assist these persons readily. And I want to encourage the St. Martin population, if you have not yet filled in the social impact assessment form, which is on government's website, you can still do so. And those of you who do not have access to internet, to call 711 during working hours, and you will be assisted to fill out that form on the phone. It's very important that you do not fill out the form more than once. Once you're in the system, you're in the system. And government is doing everything within its power to assist you. In my last meeting on Tuesday with ESF 7, I brought forward an idea that they really jumped on board with, and I'm hoping that will be brought to the communities sooner rather than later. And that is that we will encourage a drop-off period for those who have at a central location within each community, so that you, if you live in the Kobe area and you have donations to give, that you would go and do it at this location between, let's say, Sunday and Thursday. And then the volunteers and the community helpers will put the packages together based on community donations and distribute within the needy persons within that community outside of what is already being done. Because you know that we cannot always catch everyone. And I don't think Joy mentioned it, but some of the outside organizations like the Red Cross, etc., are also specifically pulling up the donations to persons who are in need, who are maybe undocumented, via our social impact assessment form. So I'm asking all persons, if you know of anyone who is in need, please bring it forward to us so that we can do our best to either help them directly or redirect them to one of the NGOs that are also receiving funding and donations to be able to help the people of St. Martin. We, as government, community, can work together, and it takes all of us to stand strong for St. Martin, because where the weakest person is suffering, we're all suffering. So I would like to, at this time, ask everyone to stay informed. Coronavirus is a disease that is worldwide. And here on St. Martin, you can go to www.stmartingov.org/coronavirus. The hotline, if you need information pertaining to the virus, is 914, where you can reach anybody at CPS who can answer any question you have. If you are ill, please call your general practitioner, your family doctor, or 914. And for all updates, visit facebook.com/SXMGov or listen to St. Martin Gov Radio at 107.9 FM. I am Silveria Jacobs, your Prime Minister, and I'm doing everything within my power to keep the people of St. Martin safe, together with all concerned, but also to keep you informed. An educated population makes smart choices, and that way we will do our best to totally flatten the curve. Stay safe, St. Martin. Be blessed.